Hello mga katahanan! Ito po si Mommy Fem and kumusta na po kayong lahat? And welcome to another episode ng Usapang Pagtahanan for January 2024. Ayan, Mommy Narlene, how are you?
Hello, Mommy Fem! Hello, mga kausapang pantahanan! Happy New Year po sa inyong lahat! At syempre, meron na naman kaming isang magandang tatalakayin ngayong araw na to para pag-usapan natin. Dahil ito ay malaking tulong, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga nagmamahal, sa ating mga fur babies, ika nga. Mommy Fem, sige nga, umpisahan natin.
Yes, Mommy Narlene, no? Mahalaga ang ating topic for today because part of our family members ay ang ating mga minamahal na mga pets, ang ating ng hayop sa loob ng bahay, which we consider our own family members. And we are so blessed for today, Mami, dahil sasamahan tayo ng aking mga students ng HA 102, Introduction to Family Resource Management, at kanilang ipaliliwanag, Mami, itong mga ways and means on how to take care of our pets without, hindi masyadong mahal, no? Mamaya, resource management. So, Mami, please introduce our guest for today.
Yes po, mga kausapan. I am very proud and I'm very happy to introduce our special guest for today's episode. Sila po ay si Kayla Cristoval, a second-year BS Family Life and Child Development, and also Jeremiah Dapadas Jr., second year din po siya with the same course, Jeff Lee, a second-year BS Interior Design, and Margaret Juan, a third-year BS Food Technology. Sila po ay magpapakita kung paano natin alagaan at mahalin ang ating mga fur babies, no? At ang kanila po ipapakita mamaya sa atin ay they are trying to promote awareness, provide educational resources, and show individuals the situation every animal must face for survival. Siyempre, sila po yung mga hindi nakapagsalita, but they need our love and care. They're also trying to create a lasting impact that elevates the status of pets as valued, loved, and cherished members of society. So, gusto nila na sila maging boses ng mga voiceless and champion the rights and well-being of our pets, ensuring they live happy, healthy lives, and the best lives that they deserve. Oo nga naman, Mami Fem, kasi sila ang tagapagtanggal ng stress natin. Although, minsan, dagdag din stress because dagdag din oras at trabaho. But, ang binibigay na pagmamahal ay walang katumbas yan sa lahat ng pagod natin. So, Mami Fem, ano ang iyong sasabihin for our guest for today?
Ano pa ba ang aking sasabihin? Kung hindi, let's enjoy and watch what are the practical ways to manage pets at home and ways of resource management without compromising their health.
Yes.
Some voiceless companions suffer silently in a world where love knows no bounds. Over the past months, there has been an increase in news stories of animal cruelty and pet neglect in the Philippines. A mall security guard threw a puppy over a pedestrian overpass. A tourist dog went missing only to find it being feasted on by two fishermen. A dog was slaughtered by the neighbor and the head was returned to the owner without mercy. A cat in need of help was brutally killed by two men. These are some of the harsh realities they experience. They are not merely gifts for holidays or commodities to be owned, and not even a food to eat to satisfy your stomachs. They are beings. From the comforting purr of a cat to the boundless joy of a dog's wagging tail, each one possesses emotion and harbors a heart. Pets are not just animals. Pets are cherished members of the family.
A survey by the Social Weather Station on 1,200 Filipinos has found that 64% of Filipino households have pets in their homes, with dogs and cats being the most common. Like any other member of the family, pets also require an investment of time and money to take care of them. But why do we own them in the first place? Let us first tackle the benefits of owning a family pet. Studies have shown that pet owners are less likely to suffer from depression and have lower blood pressure in stressful situations than those without pets. Interacting with and enjoying the company of pets has also been proven to lower levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, and reduce loneliness. Aside from this, pets may also teach children values such as responsibility, trust, compassion, respect, and patience when taking care of them. Going back, how can we take care of our pets effectively and responsibly? This video will tackle practical ways to manage pets at home and ways of resource management without compromising the health of pets, particularly our furry friends.
So now that we know the importance of managing our pets at home, how exactly can we do this? The first thing we need to consider is their food. Generally, AAFCO approved pet food is the way to go, as AAFCO is a non-profit organization based in America that ensures commercially bought pet food has enough daily nutrients for our pets. Although commercially bought pet food is the safest option, we can always opt to consider having homemade pet food. Not only does this provide a better eating experience for our pets, but it also adds a personal touch to our pets' food, creating a bonding experience in the process. However, it is important that we consider a veterinary nutritionist regarding several factors such as eating history, weight, and overall health of our pets, as well as ensure that the homemade pet food is generally safe and provides enough nutrients for our pets. However, cooking meals every day may be tiring. Another option is providing our pets with a mix of commercially bought and homemade pet food. The homemade pet food being in the form of toppers and the commercially bought pet food as the base, with the portion being 10 to 90% respectively. Generally, food portions are always listed in the guidelines of commercially bought pet food. But as a general rule of thumb, pets are usually fed 2 to 3% of their body weight. But of course, always consult a veterinary nutritionist, as there are always factors that we need to consider. So the next way that we can manage our pets at home is taking good care of them. Doing so can foster a wholesome and safe environment for them. Outside of providing them with the basic needs of food, water, and shelter, we need to give them regular access to bathrooms. Younger or older pets tend to need to relieve themselves more frequently, and a general rule of thumb is to not let them hold their urine for no longer than 6 hours. And of course, the areas where they do their business needs to be regularly cleaned and maintained to prevent the growth of bacteria. Another way we can improve their general well-being is by providing them with ways to exercise. Regularly exercising can help pets have better mental and physical health. This stops them from getting bored and playing or breaking furniture around the house. This also helps pets socialize and experience the outside world in a safe manner. Lastly, always take regular visits to the vet. If they are cats or dogs, ensure that they are keeping up with their vaccinations. Make sure that your pets have clean teeth and healthy gums and are generally in good health.
We all love our pets, and we can all say that they bring much joy into our lives. But we can also say that some of their foods and supplies can sometimes be a bit pricey. So with that in mind, Here are some tips on how to budget for our pets without compromising their health. The first tip is smart shopping. There are a lot of different prices for the foods and supplies for your pet. You can look for discounts, you can buy in bulk since it may be cheaper than buying it individually, and you can compare different prices of the different brands that may suit you and your pet. However, you should make sure that your pet's food and supplies are okay. Doing this can help you save a lot of money while keeping your pet healthy and happy. The second tip is to get creative with your treats and toys. There are a lot of different options on the market for various treats and toys for your pet. However, instead of buying these things, you can make them. You can improvise and repurpose things that you already have in your house and search for instructions and recipes online. However, again, make sure to ensure that these are safe to use for your pet. Instead of buying commercially made foods, you can invest in homemade foods to feed your pet. There are a lot of recipes on the internet that can account for your budget and can help save you money. Of course, if you prefer commercially made foods, you can shop for it and see the best deals and brands available for you. For affordable veterinary services, projects in your barangay may provide free consultations and checkups for your pet. Some may even provide free healthcare and meds, so be sure to check around for those. To add to this, do not try any medical procedure on your pet on your own. Be sure to go to a medical professional for your pet's needs and problems, as you may end up making the issue worse and end up hurting your pet more.
In summary, pets are not just animals or gifts, but rather a lifetime commitment that requires time, money, and energy to care for. Some of the important considerations when taking care of any animal are their food, water, shelter, exercise, and medical care. Lastly, smart shopping, handcrafted toys, homemade meals, and opting for veterinary services in barangay projects are some helpful tips in managing your budget without compromising their health. So, the next time that you wish to own an animal companion, ask yourself, do I have enough resources to be ready? That is all for our video. Thank you for watching.
One, two, three. Thank you very much sa aking mga magagaling na estudyante na
Yes.
si Jeff, kay Jeremiah, kay Kyla, Margaret, no? Sa kanilang ipinakitang advokasya, no, Mami? Kasi talagang
Yes.
napaka-importante ng advokasyang ito sapagkat alam naman natin na when we take care of our animals at home, ay tanong pang lahi yan, Mami.
Yes, of course.
Kasi minsan may mentality tayo na ano naman yan, local breed lang naman yan. Hindi kailangan talaga ibigay ang ayan. Sino nga yan, Mami? Ang cute.
Si Rico,
Ba yung ano mo? Cat?
ang aking cat dito sa loob ng bahay.
Napaka ano naman, no?
Nauna pa ang pumindot sa computer, mga sisters.
Ganda naman. Hello! What's you?
Hello! Yes. Tamang-tamang ating lecture for today.
Oh, tama-tama. Hawakan mo lang siya dyan. Ngayon,
Yes.
talagang napakaganda ng mga ibinahagi nila dahil may mga paraan naman para makamura tayo, no, sa pag-aalaga. May mga practice. Kaya hats off to you, class, for a very important advocacy.
Yes. Salamat ng marami kasi kami ay lalo nakakaunawa na ngayon sa ating mga alagang pusa at aso.
Mga tips. Ayan.
Yes.
So, with regards to taking care of our pets, Mami, tulad ng tao, no, kailangan maging aware tayo sa mga kanilang mga pangangailangan, especially sa health.
Yes.
Ako din ay may alagang aso, Mami, 2 sila. Pero dati nag-aalaga ng mga aso. At dahil nga may alaga tayong aso or pusa sa bahay or any hayop na gusto mo, kailangan magko-concentrate tayo dito sa usaping about sa aso at sa pusa.
Yes.
Yung mga signs nila na kailangan nilang maalagaan ng physical.
Totoo yan.
Sa mga na-mention ng aking mga students, sa ating mga guests, ay yung pagpapakita sa veterinary office, no? Hindi na, although may kamahalan nga talaga ito, pero may mga city or barangay veterinary services na we can avail. Ngayon, nais naming talakayin ngayon ni Mami Nerlene ang ilan sa mga sinyales na kailangan na ng help ng ating mga fur babies. Tao, may mga sila, symptoms. Pag may sakit sila, Mami. And mas maganda na maagapan ito kasi pag lumala, mas lalaki ang gastos. Mami, ang ilan sa mga bagay na kailangan nating i-watch out o tingnan sa ating mga alagang hayop ay ang mga sumusunod. So, una na dyan ay kapag napansin po kayo mga bagong bukol. Bukol sa katawan. Alam, Mami, yung aking beagle, recently may mga ganito. Yung pala, meron siyang pigsa. Oo, nag-home treatment muna kami ng antibiotic sa balat. Yan, at nawala naman siya. May mga home remedies muna kayo, like yung may mga antibacterial ointment or yun muna. Pero kung hindi talaga uubra, edi pumunta na kayo sa veterinary. Kasi yung mga bukol na yan, maaaring ito ay warts. Tayo, hindi naman tayo isang vet, no? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung warts para sa aso, sa pusa. Pwede rin kasing abscess, tulad nung na-mention ko kanina, nagkapigsa, no? And merong hives, tinatawag.
Oo.
Tags, no? So sana, warts man yan, hindi naman siya yung ganun kalala. Pero pag yan ay infection na, skin infection, ay kailangan na pumunta sa veterinary office kasi maaring lagdating sila o lumala yung kondisyon at baka mauwi pa yan sa hospital. Okay?
Pat alam nila yun.
Mami Nerlene, ano naman yung next thing na they need to watch out for?
Yan. Ito ang malimit nating napapansin sa ating mga aso. Yung malimit na pagkakamot sa ulo, sa may puwet, sa may tenga. No? Kasi minsan makikita natin dito, ang kadahilanan naman ito ay meron silang, of course, meron silang garapata, o minsan meron silang tinatawag na, ano ba yun, ibang mga, parang malilit na kuto. No? So, kailangan talaga silang alagaan. Nabasa ko nga, ay napanood ko sa isang video na hindi pa rin sila, Mami Fem, kailangan laging papaliguan. Pero, merong mga pamamaraan kung paano sila tutulungan na maiwasan ang pagkakati. Kasi, minsan, ang cause niyan ay dryness. No? Minsan yan ay merong mga, mapapansin natin parang nakakalbo ang part ng ating aso. Tapos, meron niyang mga patsi-patsi. No? So, kailangan din talaga natin silang tingnan kung ano ang nakakakos ng kanilang pangangati. And of course, maraming pamamaraan niya na pinakita ng ating mga magagaling na mga bata. And of course, isa rin ay yung ang pinapakain natin sa kanila. Although talaga, Mami Fem, very expensive ang pagkain ng aso, mas mahal pa sa kilo ng bigas, pero mas nakakasiguro tayo na pag ang pinakain natin sa kanila, ayun talagang pagkain para sa kanila. Kasi minsan may pagkain ng tao na sa atin okay, pero sa kanila bawal, na nakakakos ng mga pangangati ng kanilang katawan. Yan, so makikita ninyo dito ang iba't ibang parte ng katawan ng aso kung saan nagkakaroon ng kadahilanan kung bakit sila ay nangangati. Kaya, pag merong napansin nyo yung mga alagang ganon, be alert. Kung hindi nyo kayang alagaan ng talagang kayo, dalhin agad sa vet. Although again, sabi nga ni Mami Fem kanina, very expensive, but if we love our pets, we love our dogs and cats, dalhin natin sila sa professional doctors. Yan.
True enough, Mami. Ayan. True enough, Mami. Very well said. At ang susunod naman ay, of course, yung kanilang changes with their energy level. O kasi, Mami, di ba, pag nanamlay, tulad ng taon, pag nanamlay isang very active na pusa or ng aso, there's something wrong. Yan yun.
Yes.
Sabi ko nga sa mga anak ko, naku, okay na yan, makulit si Chip, makulit si Casey.
Oo.
Kasi pag
Oo.
yan ay nanamlay, yan ako, another gastos na naman. Diba?
Correct.
Ano? So, anyway, dito sa ating picture, no? Meron tayo ditong dog breeds ranked by energy level. Para lang maging aware tayo kung gaano kakulit yung ating mga poor babies, no? So, pag meron kang Golden Retriever, German Shepherd, at Dalmatian, ang kanilang
Nako.
level na kulitan ay moderate.
Sus, sinabi mo.
Kapag ka meron ka namang ganitong klaseng, at actually mga mahal na aso to, mami, like yung Lhasa Apso, Shiba Inu,
Nako.
Proper Spaniel,
High maintenance yan.
high maintenance. Ang energy level nila ay moderate. Pero I know someone na merong Lhasa Apso. And then, pag may Pomeranian ka, Chihuahua at Pug, ito yung mga makukulit din, may ingay, no? Low to moderate. Kaya pala, yung mga Chihuahua lagi dala-dala ng mga sa mall, kasi hindi naman pala ganito kakulit, lalo na yung Pug.
Oo.
Cute nila, yung mga lang, chill lang sila ganyan. Yan. So, yan yung mga energy levels, no? Kasi kilala naman natin yung ating mga dogs, diba? Yung dogs namin dito, mga beagles, so the energy level is so high.
Oo.
Kapag mapapansin mo na lang na may sakit, pag nandyan na siya sa isang banda lang sa kung saan mo siya tabi. At yun, at hindi na sumasalubong sa'yo.
Naku, matakot ka na.
Tapos, I will feel, ay, naku, nilalagnat. Kaya pala, may masakit. Okay. Ang next,
Para Mami Fem, yung Shih Tzu ko rito, Diyos ko day, may mag-fashion show lang na pusa sa labas namin. Nagkakagulo ng buong bahay. So sabi ko nga, ano ba naman kayo? Araw-araw nyo nakikita yan, magpa-fashion show dyan. Hindi nyo talaga tantanan. Ganon ka-active ang mga Shih Tzu ko rito. Grabe.
anyway, sige. Thank you, Mami. Okay, ang next thing ay ano naman ang
Ayan.
things to watch out?
Okay, limping or walking differently. Pag ang ating aso ay talagang healthy or lang nararamdaman, ang sexy nila maglakad, no? Talagang makita mo kung paano sila ka-proud maglakad. But there are instances naman na mapapansin natin na parang ika-ika itong aso natin, no? So, check your dog. Baka naman meron siyang sprain, meron siyang object na natusok ang kanyang paw or foot, yung kanya namang nails, kasi talagang dapat alagaan natin ang nails na yan. Kung mahaba na, babawasan. O baka naman ang inyong aso ay may arthritis. Ano bang inyong pinapakain? Or dislocation. Baka naman nahulog na hindi nyo namalayan. Hip or elbow dysplasia. Huh? Tapos may disease or infection or congenital malformation. So makikita natin yan sa ating mga aso. Now, pag napansin nyo yan, it's really time for you to bring them to the vet. No? Talagang ganon. Isipin natin na ang ating mga aso at pusa ay parang anak na natin. Now, when they feel discomfort, when they feel uneasy, that's the time to bring them to the vet. Kung ikaw mismo ay hindi mo na alam kung ano ang gagawin. Yan, Mami Fem.
And of course, ito, no, madalas ito sa mga aso. Yung skin issues or hair. May mga nakikita akong aso pagka ako ay naglalakad dito sa aming village na yung kalat na aso, yung siguro may ari dito, pero dahil siguro hindi napapansin, ano, may nakita ako mga ganitong kaso. Pero ang nakikita ko sa mga aso minsan, parang may self-healing din sila eh. Parang kahit hindi mo siya dalhin sa vet.
Pakainin lang na maayos, Mami Fem.
Pakainin lang na maayos na self-heal din yung balat. No? Katulad nung, hindi lang naman yung sa mga asong ligaw, no? Ako, mayroon akong isang aso na ang pangalan niya si Casey.
Wow.
Hereditary yung ano niya, yung skin disease niya. So, dahil dun sa shinif namin siya sa vegetarian diet, na-resolve yung skin issues. Nawala. Tapos, ang maganda yan, bumalik yung sigla ng kanyang fur. Na nakakalbo na yung ibang parts ng ano niya, ng katawan, no? And then when we shifted, yun, at saka maganda na ngayon yung hair niya, shiny na because of the diet. Ganun pala yung yan. And next, Mami, ano naman?
Okay, next naman, ayan, vomiting or diarrhea. Minsan, Mami Fer, napapansin ko ditong aking mga doggies, parang pag alimbawa, ang oras ng pakain ko ay 9 o'clock, tapos nag-11 na, hindi pa sila kumakain, may tendency silang mag-vomit ng parang yellow-green, gano'n. So, ang pagkabasa ko doon sa aking mga research, it is because yung kanilang loob ng tiyan ay para may gustong ilabas lang naman. Hindi naman daw sa dahilan nagugutom, kundi para mayroong dissatisfaction sa kanilang tiyan na they need to bring it out, no? So, huwag kayo agad-agad mataranta sa pagdadayari ng mga aso natin. No? I mean, pagsusuka ng mga aso natin. Okay. Sabi nga, itong vomiting ay nakaka-apekto lang sa kanilang stomach at yung upper intestines are forcefully ejected. No? So, pag ganon, konting-konting water lang. Bawal din naman silang uminom ng maraming tubig agad kasi the more na sila ay masusuka. No? And then of course, minsan, ang kadahilan ng kanilang pagkakaroon ng diarrhea ay yung kanilang pagkain. Be sure that you give them fresh food every day. Huwag yung, halimbawa, nalipasan na, huwag nyo na ibibigay uli yun kasi minsan nilangaw na. Parang sa tao din, di ba? Kailangan laging malinis ang pagkain. Tapos mapapansin ninyo, pag sila ay may diarrhea, talaga matamlay. Tapos yung kanilang gums ay nagdi-discolor. So, pag ganun, alam mo, Mami, ako ang ginagawa ko, I don't know if it is correct with other for mommies and daddies, ano. Pag ganun, nakikita ko ang aking dog ay nagva-vomit, ano, nilalagyan ko ng konting sugar ang kanilang drinking water. And after that, okay na. Tapos dito naman sa poop rainbow, although hindi ko masyadong, dito sa ating picture ay malabo ang kanyang mga wordings, pero nung tinignan ko in a bigger scale, ang pinakamaganda lang na poop dyan ay yung una. Ito yung pinaka-normal niyang poop talaga. The rest, there is something wrong with the dog. Minsan may worms, minsan meron silang nakain hindi dapat. So, we have to always watch the poops of our dog. Ang sabi sa akin naman, pag ang poop daw ng dog ay medyo buo at maganda, walang problema yan. Pag medyo nag-watery and there's something wrong na baka mayroong nakain na hindi maganda. So, yun lang ang solusyon ko, water with sugar. So, try nyo lang po yun.
Yes, water with sugar, narinig ko rin yan. Mga may-ari ng aso. Yun muna ang first aid.
Yes, oo.
First is, then it's about
time. Yes,
oo. Nearest veterinary office. Pero kung meron namang public veterinary office, pwede naman okay?
Yes.
And of course, ito, no, yung mga unusual breathing ng poor babies. So, sabi nga dito, na pagka hinahabol ang hininga, usually, kasi mga alaga namin, pagka nilaro na namin, gano'n. So, typical lang yun, typical. But there are other signs na baka nga merong medical condition yung ating mga dogs, no? Like you, for instance, dito sa tawag na dyspnea, no? Ito yung hinahabol ang hininga. Katulad, paano nakikita yan? Yan yung breathing with an open mouth. Kasi normally naman pag nag-breathe ang isang aso hindi naman sa mouth, diba? Meron pa silang kaya lang yun nga, kapag ganyan, ito ang ilan sa mga causes. Maaaring merong genetic, no? Part na ng sistema. Or baka naman sila ay may infection at may foreign object na nakain. May na-embed dyan sa katawan. So watch out kasi ano pala to, no? Minsan hindi natin napapansin to pala yung mga yung mga pag hinihingal sila ng with an open mouth. And sabi nga dito, with elbows that stick out from the dog's body. Yung parang yung kanilang elbows ay kumbaga lumalayo yung tuwan. Kaiba ang breathing pattern na yun. And then we have yung breathing rate is faster than normal. Tachypnea. Yan, no? So, ang mga causes niyan, maaaring may bronchitis siya. No? Meron siyang anemia, may heart disease. So, parang tao rin na to, mami, no? Talagang nakakainis ng iba't ibang klase ng sakit.
Oo, nagkaka-cancer nga rin sila.
Ano mo naman, mami, mapipil mo, bakit kaya itong aso na to ay parang parang may tachycardia na tinatawag, yung gano'n. Yung the breathing rate is faster than the normal. And ano naman itong abnormal panting, no? Yung sinasabing more than the usual fast and shallow. Ito kakaiba ito. I think kailangan talaga tayo ng YouTube, no, para malaman natin itong abnormal panting. Parang ang hirap naman ma-determine ito kung hindi mo pa ito nararanasan.
Yes.
Parang mababaw and usual yung fast ang kanyang paghinga. Well, siguro dahil ang mga causes ay yung usual na nakikita, no? Pero sa tingin ko, hindi lang natin ito na napapansin. Kasi pag may pain, di ba usually pag may pain, mami, sigaw sila eh. But then the breathing pattern, ayan, may kasabay pala to, no? They are making unusual noises, which is true. No, pag may pain, may sakit, may masakit something sa katawan, they are making unusual noises. O napansin ko pala to sa aking mga aso. But then the breathing hindi ganun ka pansin-pansin. Basta yung meron na silang uttering unusual noise, then you can say that they are in pain. Pwede rin kasi mataas ang lagnat. Naku, obesity. O kasi nahihirapan huminga dahil sa sobrang taba. Meron din silang blood pressure problem and thyroid problem ang ating mga dogs.
Yes. Oo, may thyroid problem din pala sila, no?
At saka anxiety. Syempre, hindi naman sila exempted sa mental health disorder, mami. Mga ating mga poor babies, nakakaramdam din yan ng lungkot. Comes to human beings, no? Yung kanilang how they think, no? Kasi nga, these are man's best friend, kaya nga, di ba? Nagkakaunawaan. Yeah. So, yan yung ilan sa mga things to watch for when it comes to abnormal breathing. Yan. And the next one, mami.
Ito naman, yung ating changes in body shape or weight. No, kailangan we are conscious with the food that we give them kasi meron talagang a portion na amount of food that we give to the dogs that we have depending on their weight, no? Pag ang ating mga dogs ay pinakain natin ng over, nagkakaroon din sila ng tinatawag na obesity. At syempre, pag sila ay nagiging obese, marami ring sakit na mararamdaman, parang tao din. So, we also need to determine the kind of pets that we have, the size, the weight should be considered. And if there are cases ng inyong aso ay hindi kumakain kahit anong gawin ninyo, maybe there's something wrong with the dog. Kaya minsan sabi, bakit ang payat-payat ng aso ko, di ba? So you have again to bring them to the vet for them to assess the condition of your dogs. So, hindi naman kasi kailangan sabihin natin, ay, ang dog ko ay healthy kasi taba-taba. No. Remember, pag you give them too much of the food that is required, nagkakaroon din ng obesity. Hindi rin pala cute, Mami Fem, ang asong mataba. Huh? Hindi siya cute. Kasi marami siyang sakit. Although, magandang tingnan kasi ang laki-laki, pero nakakaawa din ang aso kasi doon pumapasok yung kanyang iba't ibang klase ng paghingal. Just like a person.
Oo. Yeah.
We have also to consider their size. Huwag natin sabihin, lalo na Mami Fem, yung chihuahua, minsan hindi ko siya gustong alagaan. Bakit? Kasi hindi talaga siya lumalaki na parang kahit anong pakain mo. Pero kasi yun talaga ang nature niya. So, wag natin siya pakainin ng sobra-sobra.
Yeah.
Pero ako gusto ko talaga sa aso yung maliit lang para pwede siya maglaro sa loob ng bahay. Kasi pag malaki, Mami Fem, ang lalaki na namin, tapos malaki na yung aso ko, parang hindi na kami kasya sa bahay. Okay.
Sa yung bahay mo, Mami. Pero true enough, no, I have 2 beagles here. Isa sa ideal weight, isa medyo nasa overweight na. Kaya we need to monitor diet. Just like atin din, no? Pagka malaki-laki na tao, watch out with the rice.
Yes.
Ayan. So, yun, no, Mami, that's it. Yan yung mga things to watch out for. Para malaman natin kung kailangan na natin silang ato ba, first aid ba? Ano ba sa first aid? Baka naman kailangan na nila ng professional help. At syempre, naman sila yung parang tao na pupunta sa vet, no? Tayo ang pupunta sa vet. Ayan. So, Ma'am Darlene, salamat. And of course, maraming salamat muli kay Jeremiah, kay Jeff, kay Kyla, and kay Margaret sa kanilang mga ibinahagi sa ating ngayong araw na to.
Yes. Maraming salamat talaga.
Tuto tayo on how we can take care of our pets, practical ways, yung hindi masyadong mahal. Ayan, at naalagaan natin ng mabuti. Thank you very much. And of course to you, Mami Narlene, salamat. At samahan mo rin ako muli, no? Sa ilang pang mga episodes na featuring our students from UP Diliman, kanilang mga advokasya, para naman talagang maipalaganap natin itong mga important advocacy tungkol po sa pamilya.
Yes.
Mami Narlene, ano naman ang iyong mga parting words?
Maraming salamat po uli sa inyong pagsama sa amin ni Mami Fem sa isang usaping talagang napakahalaga sa panahon ngayon na dati hindi natin pinapansin, pero because our pets is already part of our family, our life, and our love, kaya kailangan natin silang bigyan din ng atensyon. At sa pagkakataong ganito, may matututunan tayo. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa amin. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Usapang Padmahanan. And if it is not asking too much, please also subscribe, like, and share Lalin's project. Tungkol naman po ito sa pananahi and other activities sa Home Economics. And of course, kami ni Mami Fem ay tuwang-tuwa dahil hindi kayo bumibitaw sa aming mga usapin na alam namin ay nakakatulong sa inyong pang-araw-araw. Kaya Mami Fem, thank you very much for inviting me and for asking me to join Usapang Padmahanan. And tama ka, nagiging looking forward ang ating episode every week.
Okay, sige po. Ito po si Mami Fem.
Ito po si Mami Narlene.
Ito lamang sa Usapang
Padmahanan.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. God bless everyone.